Let me issue a warning. This is an artificial intelligence created video. Some information may not be exactly accurate. Be responsible by consuming this content and take it with a critical eye.
The roof is on fire, a global housing crisis. Something is broken, the housing market is in turmoil, and it's affecting millions of lives. In cities around the world, people are struggling to afford a place to live. The cost of housing is skyrocketing and wages aren't keeping up. This isn't just a problem for the poor, it's hitting everyone. Middle-class families, young professionals, and even seniors are feeling the pinch. From New York to Tokyo, Toronto to Berlin, the story is the same. Finding an affordable home feels impossible. The dream of home ownership is slipping away for many. This isn't just bad luck, it's a global crisis. The housing market is failing us on a massive scale. There's not enough housing, and what exists is too expensive. The supply can't meet the demand. This is pushing families into debt, causing financial stress and uncertainty, forcing them to move away from their communities, their support systems, and their jobs, and leaving some with nowhere to go at all. Homelessness is on the rise. It's time to face facts. The current system isn't working. The real estate market is broken. We can't keep building houses the same way for the same people at these crazy prices. It's unsustainable. We need real solutions, and we need them now. Innovative policies, affordable housing projects, and community-driven initiatives are essential. This isn't just about bricks and mortar, it's about people. It's about families, children, and the elderly. It's about the right to a safe and affordable place to call home. Everyone deserves a roof over their head, a place to feel secure and build a future.
The American dream of owning a home is fading for many. Prices are skyrocketing and wages aren't keeping up. In cities like San Francisco and New York, even a small apartment costs a fortune. This isn't just a big city problem. Smaller towns are feeling the squeeze too. People are being priced out of their communities, forced to move further away from jobs and families. The shortage of affordable housing is hitting renters the hardest. They face rising rents, competition for limited units, and the constant threat of eviction. This is creating a generation burdened by housing costs, unable to save or plan for the future. The American dream shouldn't be a nightmare. We need to make housing affordable again.
Canada, once seen as a haven of affordability, is facing its own housing crisis. Vancouver and Toronto are now among the most expensive cities in the world. The problem extends beyond big cities. Smaller towns are seeing soaring prices, driven by speculation and a lack of supply. This is making it difficult for young people to buy their first home and for families to stay in their communities. The Canadian government is aware of the problem, but solutions have been slow. More needs to be done to increase the supply of affordable housing, curb speculation, and provide support for renters. Canada's housing crisis is a threat to its social fabric. It's time for bold action to ensure everyone has a place to call home.
Europe is grappling with its own housing affordability challenges, a problem that has been escalating over the past decade. Cities like London, Paris, and Berlin are facing soaring rents and property prices, driven by factors like population growth, limited housing supply, and increasing demand for urban living. These cities are becoming increasingly unaffordable for the average resident. The situation is particularly acute in major urban centres, where young people and low-income earners are struggling to find affordable accommodation. Many are forced to live in substandard conditions or move further away from their workplaces, leading to longer commutes and reduced quality of life. This housing crisis is leading to increased homelessness, social exclusion, and a widening gap between the haves and have-nots. The lack of affordable housing is not just an economic issue, but also a social one, affecting the fabric of communities. While some European countries have implemented policies to address the crisis, such as rent control and social housing programs, these measures are often not enough. More comprehensive strategies are needed to increase the supply of affordable housing and make it easier for people to access it. This includes incentivizing the construction of new homes and ensuring that existing housing stock is used efficiently. Europe's housing crisis is a complex issue with no easy solutions, but addressing it is crucial for ensuring a fair and equitable society for all. It requires coordinated efforts from governments, private sector, and communities, to create sustainable and inclusive housing solutions that can stand the test of time.
The Dragon's Dilemma, China's real estate bubble. China's economic boom fueled a massive construction spree, leading to concerns of a real estate bubble. Prices soared in major cities, making homeownership a distant dream for many. The government's efforts to cool the market have had mixed results. While prices have stabilized in some areas, they remain out of reach for ordinary citizens. The oversupply of housing in smaller cities is another concern, raising fears of a financial crisis. China's housing market is at a crossroads. Balancing economic growth with affordable housing remains a major challenge for the government. Failure to address this issue could have significant social and economic consequences. The Dragon's housing dilemma needs careful navigation to avoid a crash landing.
South of the border, Latin America's housing struggle. Latin America faces unique challenges in providing adequate housing for its citizens. Rapid urbanization, coupled with economic disparities, has led to a mix of informal settlements and modern urban developments. While some areas struggle with basic amenities, others showcase innovative housing solutions and vibrant communities. Governments and organizations are working to improve housing conditions, addressing both the symptoms and the underlying causes to ensure safe and affordable housing for all. Latin America's housing struggles require a multifaceted approach that tackles both the symptoms and the underlying causes to ensure safe and affordable housing for all.
Building a way out. Solutions for affordable housing. Okay, enough doom and gloom. It's time to shift our focus to the positive and explore the ways we can address this pressing issue. We know the problem, now let's talk solutions. There are many innovative ideas out there and it's time we start implementing them. First up, we need to build more homes, a lot more. The demand for housing is skyrocketing and we need to keep up. And not just luxury condos for the rich, but homes regular people can actually afford. This means thinking differently and being creative with our solutions. We need to explore new construction methods like prefabricated housing to make building faster and cheaper. Prefabricated homes can be assembled quickly and efficiently, reducing costs significantly. We also need to look at alternative housing models like co-housing and micro-units to make the most of limited space. These models promote community living and maximize the use of available space. But building more homes isn't enough. We need to ensure that these homes are accessible to those who need them the most. We need to make sure those homes are actually affordable. This involves implementing pricing strategies that keep costs down for buyers and renters. This means tackling things like zoning laws that restrict development and tax breaks for developers that only benefit the wealthy. We need policies that encourage the creation of affordable housing. We need to start thinking of housing as a right, not just another commodity to be bought and sold. Everyone deserves a safe and affordable place to call home, and it's up to us to make that a reality. Government action policies that can help. Governments have a crucial role to play in solving the housing crisis. They can start by investing in social housing. This means building and maintaining affordable homes for low and middle-income families. They can also provide subsidies and tax breaks to make housing more affordable for renters and first-time home buyers. This could include things like rent control measures to prevent excessive rent increases and tax credits for developers who build affordable units. Another important step is to reform zoning laws. These laws often restrict the construction of new housing, particularly in high-demand areas. By relaxing zoning restrictions and encouraging denser development, governments can help increase the supply of affordable housing. Governments need to step up and be part of the solution, not the problem. Community collaboration working together for change. Solving the housing crisis isn't just the government's job, it requires a community effort. Local organizations, non-profits, and even individuals can all play a part. Community land trusts, for example, are a great way to create permanently affordable housing. These trusts acquire land and lease it to homeowners at below market rates, ensuring affordability for generations to come. Another important aspect is supporting policies and initiatives that promote affordable housing. This could involve advocating for changes to zoning laws, supporting bond measures for affordable housing development, or working with local organizations to provide housing assistance to those in need. By working together, we can create communities where everyone has a place to call home. A roof over every head, a shared responsibility. The global housing crisis is a complex problem, but it's not insurmountable. It requires a multi-pronged approach, with governments, communities, and individuals all playing their part. By building more affordable housing, reforming zoning laws, providing financial assistance, and working together at the community level, we can create a world where everyone has access to safe, stable, and affordable housing. This isn't just about putting a roof over people's heads, it's about creating a more just and equitable society for all. Let's get to work.